Hi. I'm Paul Miller. I left the internet for a year. I'm still alive, crazily enough. How do we use the internet, and how does the internet use us? That's my question. So I left the internet on May 1st, 2012, and I got back a year later. And so that was about a month ago. I've been back on the internet, and I left the internet because I wanted to understand what the internet was doing to me and how it was changing me, how it's impacting me. I'd never known life without the internet. My adult life. I started using the internet since I was 12. I was using it professionally as a web designer when I was 13, and I write about technology for a website now for a living. So I didn't know what I looked like without the internet, but I mostly left the internet because I find the internet distracting and oppressive, and I feel like it already won. I feel like it beat me, and I had to get away. The internet is there's so much information, and it's all linked together, and it's so original and so unique, and you could never get this information ever before. And it just keeps coming, and there's so much of it, and it doesn't stop, and that scared me. In the mid-'90s, Nicholas Negroponte, who is the founder of MIT Media Lab and Wired, he wrote that browsing was this unnatural state for humans, that web surfing was this weird fad, and that pretty soon the machines would do all our surfing for us, and we could be productive adults again, and the kids would do the web surfing. And I think he was totally wrong. We surf the internet. That's kind of what it's there for. That's what we do. And when I left the internet, I experienced these new sensations, and one of them was boredom. And I didn't know what that felt like, because if I ever was about to get bored before, I was already on the internet. And so, I hadn't really been truly bored. And it's this kind of this crazy creative space that it's kind of, your mind calms down, and yeah, you wish you had something to do, but your mind starts kind of revs up too, and it gets really creative. And I found a lot of productivity there. I could also just be bored and then just play video games. So it's not the solution. But that was a really cool new sensation for me. The other thing was being with people and not being distracted. And I know a lot of people think about this a lot, and we're trying to put our phones away from dinner for dinner. I don't want to brag, but I think I took it to a different level. And because even if you're away from the internet for a day or for some hours, it can still kind of be buzzing in your brain. And that kind of finally faded for me, and I could really be with people, and I could really concentrate on them, and I think I learned to empathize better and to really see people. And now I'm back on the internet, and all of that is gone. My sister came to the coffee shop. I was working on my laptop. I don't remember what I was doing, but I think it was very important, and she was trying to tell me a story, and I was kind of half listening, but I wasn't really listening. And she said, well, the wall is back up now. And she's lived her whole life with me not paying attention to her because I'm so much more interested in my phone or my computer, and now she has to live that again. And so I shut my computer, and I was trying to kind of like clear my brain and be with her again, but what did I miss? The internet is also really awesome. It's also really amazing, and it's all this information that's connected, and it's so useful and so beautiful, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. My goal now, those questions I'm trying to answer of how do I use the internet, how does the internet use me, my goal is to remember those spaces, remember boredom and remember empathy, and just try to figure out how to recapture those back on the internet. I want to use the internet. The internet is a great good. I just want to find that space again. I was at work a couple weeks ago. It was late because I had been trying to work on a project all day, but I was way too distracted. I couldn't get anything done, so I'll stay late. I was wearing Google Glass, just totally just zoned out on the internet, and I had a calendar appointment to Skype with my brother and sister-in-law. And I didn't really want to do it because I was just in the work zone trying to get productive. But I did it, and I sat down, and they have 3 kids, and one of them is a new kid who I hadn't actually seen throughout the year of not being on the internet. And so they're the 2 older kids. I think they're 3 and 5. I should check that on Facebook. But the younger one. They both wrote songs, and they presented them to me up to the camera on the crayon, like bogus notation on pieces of paper, showing me their songs. And then the younger one sang his song to me. It's called "Helicopter Stop, Helicopter Stop." And then my niece, the older kid, she pulled out her violin. She played "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," and it was really slow, and it was really beautiful. And then she wrote me, she played me her original composition, and I hadn't even known that she played violin. Thank you, guys.